In this video, I want to look at some of the coolest MPVs in China. You know, minivans. In the US, minivans have gone through sales decline. People view them as the kind of vehicle you settle for once you have a family, so not cool, I guess. But in China, they are high-tech, expressive, and absolutely sick. So let's take a look at some of the cooler models in China, and tell me if you think this is a design trend that could succeed over here. This is not going to be a comprehensive list of MPVs in China. There are just too many, nor is it going to only cover electric vans. I'll include other powertrains as well. Not sure where to start, so I'll just go alphabetically, starting with Z, the Zeekr 009.
So sick!
This is not AI-generated fantasy. This is a production all-electric premium MPV. It's not the kind of vehicle you would pull up to school with and drop your kids off. Although if you did, in my opinion, you would be the coolest parent ever. On the outside, it's a little bit steampunk, a little bit Blade Runner. Where have I heard that before? It's big, boxy, with bold front-end styling. It claims a pretty good coefficient of drag, but that gets multiplied by the large frontal area to calculate the total aerodynamic drag. As you might expect, lots of driver assist technology. The little black window in the front, that houses an ultra long-range radar. Elsewhere, there are 7 high-definition cameras plus 4 surround view cameras. Limited interior colors, the white with blue trim, I think is really nice. Would you trust a toddler with their grimy hands on white seats? Of course not. This MPV is not meant for kids. It's meant for adults, and adults who appreciate clean interiors. You'll notice another trend on these vehicles. The second row seats are captain's chairs, kind of like business class in an airliner. That's the experience they're going for. Large digital entertainment display, fold-out work tables. The front cockpit is equally nice and rich. Multicolored moonlighting lights up the night. This seems like a great alternative to a private jet. With a large 140 kilowatt-hour battery, it has a range of over 500 miles on the CLTC test. Those results in higher numbers. So I would expect it to be more like maybe 385 miles on the EPA. The 009 is dual motor, all-wheel drive, and Zeekr has a reputation for producing fast vehicles. 0 to 100 kilometers per hour takes only 4.5 seconds. A standard range model starts at under $70,000 US. The higher spec long range starts at $82,000. Those prices are in China. If you were to import this to the US, it would get slapped with a 27.5% tariff, plus logistics costs, marketing costs, support. This would put it well over $100,000. But would you rather have this or the upcoming Cadillac Escalade IQ? Both are electric vehicles. If the Zeekr is too flashy for you, how about the Volvo EM90?
Far out!
Volvo and Zeekr are both part of the Geely Auto Group. It's the same vehicle underneath. Outside, it's a bit more restrained up front, still very modern looking. Inside is just as premium as its Zeekr version. Performance, though, is a little more mild. They only plan to offer a single rear-wheel drive model with a smaller 116 kilowatt-hour battery. That results in a range slightly better than the standard Zeekr 009, but much slower acceleration. Both of these MPVs are currently only intended for the China market, but of course Volvo sells all over the world, so who knows? Other possibilities include the Zeekr Mix. Revealed at the Beijing Auto Show, it's a smaller all-electric MPV. Officially, this is only a concept, but test vehicles have been spotted on the road in China. Note the array of sensors on the vehicle. That's a LiDAR sensor on the top, and additional large sensor pods are on each side of the vehicle. It kind of reminds me of the Zeekr M Vision concept Robo-Taxi they did with Waymo's self-driving system. That was shown over 2 years ago as a concept. If you want it to be a Robo-Taxi, easy entry egress would be nice. So the body eliminates a fixed B-pillar and allows the front and rear doors to slide open, creating a large space for passengers to get in and out of. According to Zeekr spokespeople, who were asked, the mix is not the next Waymo Robo-Taxi, but the underlying platform could be. Alphabet, Google, Waymo, they generally don't do business in China. So will this platform find its way to the US as a Waymo Robo-Taxi? We'll have to wait for more details to come out. Xpeng knows a thing or two about advanced driver assistance system. They have the X9 MPV.
Dude, nice!
It has their XNGP system, that stands for Navigation Guided Pilot, that can operate across a range of driving scenarios from highways to inner cities and parking. The most advanced functions only operate in those Chinese cities where an HD map has been made available, but more maps are being added each year, and expansion to cover some European cities has been announced. On the outside, it's angular and sleek, maybe a bit chunky from the side view. The sloped rear glass does eat into your ability to carry large items, but it helps with aero. Like its smart ADAS features, the interior is really smart too. Second row seats are zero gravity reclining with a large entertainment display and a mini fridge. The front and rear cabins are smart with their latest XOS 5.1.0 or Tianjin OS, which comprehensively integrates AI into the digital user experience. You want to know why Elon Musk is so obsessed with AI? Here's yet another example of one of his Chinese competitors pumping up their artificial intelligence capabilities for self-driving and for the interior digital experience. It's all the rage, and apparently it's causing him to throw some fits. Xpeng does a good job of offering a variety of configurations depending on your budget. A single front motor comes standard, powered by an 84.5 kilowatt hour LFP battery, so less expensive, less performance, but still decent range. Price for that starts at about $50,000 US. Available is a dual motor all-wheel drive and a larger 101.5 kilowatt hour NMC battery for more range, more power. Price for that top performance max version still comes in at less than the Zeekr 009. ZXV, Voyah, and their Dreamer.
Whoa!
What stands out from the others? How about that Bane-looking front grille? If you think that's odd for a battery electric vehicle, you'd be correct. The Voyah Dreamer comes as either a series plug-in hybrid, thus the big air intake grille, or an all-electric EV with that big grille sealed off. The PHEV version is an electric vehicle with a gas range extender engine, so the wheels are powered by front and rear electric motors, and the engine recharges the battery. That setup is like the upcoming Ram Charger. Acceleration and range for both powertrains are very good. Front passengers get 3 large displays. The second row passengers get their own premium experience. Voyah is starting to sell this as the Dream in select European markets. If you're not a fan of that big grille look, maybe the Li Mega is more your style.
Dude, nice!
This thing has quickly become quite the celebrity online. Styling is right out of 90s Hollywood sci-fi. I dig it. How about you? For sure, it's aerodynamic. All electric, thus the closed front end. Its coefficient of drag for the Li Auto is a remarkable 0.215. When a vehicle has smooth, flat sides like the Mega does, designers sometimes call that slab-sided. Typically, that's not a compliment, but on this EV, it works. At the top of the windshield is a LiDAR sensor for driver assistance features now and more advanced functions coming later. You'll note the rear roofline slopes down. Again, that's for aerodynamics. It does eat into the functionality of the rear opening, but they've designed a clever hinge to deal with that. Second row seats is, like a G6, reclining, personal space, big entertainment display. The front row favors the passenger to provide them with a large display to play with. Driver shares the center display along with a small pod for the driver. It's an interesting choice. Acceleration is also very good from dual motors and all-wheel drive. A 103 kilowatt-hour battery from CATL gives it a range of 435 miles on the CLTC test. Again, that's very good, but those miles get overstated on that test. I like to preach that how fast an EV charges is as important as how far it can go, its range. In this regards, the Li Auto Mega is a world champion. Videos have been put online showing this thing charging at over 500 kilowatts, claiming a 10 to 80% battery charge in 10 minutes. By the way, I'll put links to some great videos for all these MPVs in the notes. Starting price gets close to 80,000 US dollars, so more than the Zeekr, but the two have very different styling and strengths. Denza is a premium brand of BYD that Mercedes-Benz still has a 10% stake in.
Oh, man.
Their D9 has that big grille look like the Voyah. That's because it too comes as either a gas engine plug-in hybrid or a full battery electric. DMI stands for dual mode. That's their gas plug-in model. The battery electric gets a different grille that fills in the air openings. Personally, I like the looks of the DMI better. There are 3 plug-in hybrid models offering front-wheel drive or all-wheel drive and 2 battery options. With the larger BYD Blade battery, all-electric range is around 100 miles, and for a PHEV, that's quite impressive. The all-electric D9 comes in front-wheel drive or all-wheel drive. Both come with a 103 kilowatt-hour battery from BYD. It's their famous Blade design with LFP chemistry. Range is very good on the China CLTC, but you want to knock those numbers down some to approximate EPA miles, and even then, it's still around that magic 300 miles of range. Acceleration is fine for all the combinations. And speaking of fine, if you want the ultimate luxury experience, Denza offers a Pioneer version, which ditches the boring third-row seats and replaces the second-row seats with these thrones. Yes, a 4-seat minivan. Why? To make room for a massive entertainment center, of course.
The ultimate gamer.
Starting price is just over $47,000, with the Pioneer Edition setting you back over 80,000 US dollars.
Do you think we need one more? All right, we'll get one more.
The Buick GL8.
No way, dude. Gnarly.
Buick was a strong brand in China, but the past decade has seen consumers look elsewhere, in part because Buick just didn't have the technology of other homegrown brands. To help address that, Buick just introduced a plug-in hybrid version of the GL8. Battery electrics and plug-in hybrids both fall under the category of new energy vehicles in China. GM in North America doesn't have any plug-in hybrid models, so there's a very good chance that powertrain finds its way to the US. The gas engine is a small 1.5-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder, which seems too small for a vehicle of this size, but you combine that with the electric motor of the PHEV, and it results in 392 combined horsepower and good acceleration. On electricity alone, it can travel up to 86 miles on China's CLTC test, so maybe that's 65 miles on the EPA. That's just an estimate. Put that plug-in powertrain into, let's say, a Chevy Traverse in the US, and you may have yourself a winner, although I suspect towing would be pretty limited. At the top of the GL8 lineup is the Century, which, like the Denza earlier, offers a 4-seat version where the second row has massive first-class seating and a large 32-inch entertainment display. By the way, you can also display a camera view of the road ahead and talk to the driver using an intercom, so you kind of have an idea what's going on. Here are some other honorable mentions, and I think you get the idea. China MPVs, they're minivans with attitude. Toyota has the van that many say started the segment, the Alphard, and its fancier Lexus version, the LM. And outside of China, Hyundai has its Staria. So is this a design trend that can catch on over here? Yeah, I mean, people choose to go out in public wearing Crocs with socks, but the idea of driving a minivan, well, that's a hard pass. You know, I don't get it. I'd drive one of these over a 3-row crossover, but not over a station wagon. I'm still waiting for station wagons to make a comeback in the US. Maybe someday. Hey, thanks for watching.